Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so glad you guys are back. I am going to do a continuation of last week with all the questions that you guys sent me, and there was a lot of you that sent me a lot of questions, so I will just be hanging out, or you and I will just be hanging out, and I'll answer your questions. As you can see behind me, I, darling, am on a beautiful holiday, and part of that is celebrating my birthday, and part of that is also just celebrating life in itself. So cheers to us. Let's open a bottle of bubbly as per usual. Now that I've got the bubbles, let us start with the most burning question of all. No, I'm kidding, there's no burning questions. Literally, it's just cool questions. Okay, so the first one is a question from Mamelo, and Mamelo asks, perhaps I could share a story time about my life, growing up, dating life, married life, life as a mom, career woman, challenges and successes. Alright, so where do I begin? Okay, let's start with married life. I got married really young, had kids really young. I think I was still in varsity when I had children, and yeah, I met the love of my life in university as well, but he was already established. And then after that, after our firstborn, actually, then we got married, and then I carried on with school. After school, I graduated with a BTech in drama and film, because as you guys know, I have a love for theatre and film and everything, television and entertainment. And then I became a full-time mom, which was quite amazing for me because I absolutely loved everything about being a full-time mom. I also, after that, ventured into the space when my kids were a little bit grown. I ventured into the space of television. I got into a lot of ads, a little bit of theatre here and there. I then got into the top reality show, which of course you guys know as the Real Housewives of Johannesburg. And yeah, then after that I became super busy, I am still a CEO at a cybersecurity company. Cybersecurity does everything, protecting businesses against hackers. I lead it, and it's basically women in tech. I love empowering women. I love everything women, and technology doesn't have to be boring. And you can mix the two. You can actually mix technology, and you can mix fashion, and you can mix women in tech being fabulous. Just because you're in technology doesn't mean you have to be boring. So, and how do I balance that? Well, that's a bit of a difficult one because I am extremely busy. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm a career woman. And now I've started this YouTube channel, so it takes time, you know, it's balance. But how do I balance it? To answer your question is, I've got help. Luckily I have help. You know, I've got my mother-in-law to come in and help me. I've got my nanny who's been with me for 12 years, helped me raise all my kids. I've got a very, very good support system. So you need to have a good support system if you know you want to be an all-rounder. I've got a good school that I put my kids in with teachers that I trust. You know, teachers that love and trust my kids. So yeah, that's how I do it. Cheers, Mamelo, to you. Your question was amazing. We'll drink to that. Refilwa says, what rituals do you implement in your life in order to fill your cup before showing up for multiple roles? you have taken as a CEO, mother, and wife? Refilwe, that is a big question, because I always say that you cannot fill from an empty cup. As women, we pour so much of ourselves to our family, to our friends, to our job, to everybody else but ourselves. And then we find ourselves very empty and unfulfilled. So you need that as a woman, to just take care of yourselves. What rituals do I do to fill my cup? I love going to a good spa. Having, even if it's not with the girls, even if it's just by myself, a spa day, getting a good massage. If I can't do a spa day, I do a nice self-care Sunday where I literally just stay in bed and just have tea or wine or champagne, and do like a night routine or a skincare routine or a nice cozy bubble bath with my favorite snacks, and then later a movie, just to breathe and take a breath from this crazy life, because we do feel so much of other people's cup that we have nothing left running over from our cups. So that's how I fill my cup, and that's a very, 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 very brilliant question. How do you discipline your kids? Kwezi Lutando asks this. I have got 3 children. First one being a teenager, he's 13. And then I have a girl, my only girl, she's 8. And then I have a little boy who's a toddler, he's 4, just turned 4 actually. And I must tell you that it's not easy being a mother of 3, but it's also fun. I don't see my life without my children. How do I discipline them? They know me, they know that which buttons to press, and I know them very well as well. I know that sometimes they take chances and they can be extremely manipulative. So I used to smack and I found that the smacking actually doesn't work, because my parents used to smack me and I resented them for that. So now I don't smack. Now what I do is I take away gadgets, I take away privileges, I take away holidays, because if you're not going to listen to me, why should I then keep on giving you everything that you need? No, this is a relationship. We are about each other. You need to give to me and I need to give to you, and as your mother you need to listen to me. And yeah, that's just how I do it. Life with Omolemo asked me this. Do you want another baby? No, I do not. I think the 3 that I have are enough. They're a handful. I do love them and I do appreciate them, but I don't see myself with another baby, only because I'm so career orientated and career driven now that I think it's unfair to have another baby. It'll take away, from everything. It'll be unfair to him because he won't get the best of, he won't get what the others had when I was a stay-at-home mom. So I think it would be extremely unfair for me to have another one. But please, you're welcome to allow me to come and babysit yours. That I'll do, because I absolutely adore babies. I really do. Alright, and then the other one is from Mamelo, and she also says, are you at all spiritual? What is your religion? Are you at all spiritual, and what is your religion? Yes, I am. I am actually quite spiritual. So my religion is, I'm a Catholic, a Roman Catholic, and yeah, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in the higher power. I feel like my life wouldn't be what it is right now without him. My life wouldn't be what it is, I wouldn't have the life that I have kids that I have, the husband that I have, the parents that I have, the close group of friends that I have without him. You know, when I'm feeling down, when I'm having a spiritual, a mental moment, you know, when I've had a bad day, I never go to bed without praying. I never wake up without praying. I owe everything to God, so absolutely I am spiritual. I'm a believer. I am a believer, and I will always be a believer. And that's what I'm teaching my kids as well, for them to be believers, because I always just feel like without a higher power, you know, without God, basically you're nothing. Where will you go? You need something to ground you. You need something to anchor you as a human. And you just need to just have spiritual roots. And that's why I don't do it all every Sunday, but I do take them to church on Sunday. And when we celebrate things like Christmas, it's not just about opening presents on Christmas Day, but where does the idea of presents come from? Even now, Easter, it's not just about the Easter bunny. What is it about? It's about Jesus, you know, rising from the dead. Christmas is about his birthday. So things like that, I always teach my kids, and I always make sure that they always pray in the morning and pray at night, and I take them to church. And so yes, I am very, very, very spiritual, and I owe all of this to God. This one is from Life with Omulimo. Okay. Omulimo says, "Hi now, baby. Love you." Okay, so Omulimo says, and this is a really question related to when I was on the Real Housewives of Johannesburg. She says, "How did you feel when Brunette accused you of cheating?" Then she says, "I don't mean to be personal." Omulima, don't worry, I don't take it personal at all. A lot of people ask me that. I think it's a question that a lot of people have been wondering why, or how is Mrs. Mops doing after the whole cheating scandal. Honey, I'm still married. Okay, 13 years, 3 kids later, mansions around South Africa. Very, very happy. How did I feel? Hurt. I felt hurt. You know, I felt extremely hurt. I felt like it was just offside what she did. And you know, it was a very toxic environment that we were all in. I mean, you can imagine shooting every day for 4 months and being with people that you hardly even know. Tensions do run high. You get sick and tired of each other, and sometimes you just don't like each other. You know, I own it. What I did to her was also not okay, you know, but it's all forgiven. It's all water under the bridge, as they would say. You know, I realized that hurt people, and yeah, I felt, I really did feel very, very hurt about it, but it's all forgiven. For me, I'm still married. I have my family intact. I have got my businesses still. So nothing was bruised, nothing was scratched. In fact, that night it happened, I went home and I slept like a baby. But it's hurtful when somebody accuses you of something you've never done and something that you never do. So yeah, that's how I felt. I felt hurt, but we move, honey, we move. And the last question is, what made you make the decision of getting your boobs done? Okay. What made me make my decision of getting my girls done was, obviously, as you guys know, I'm a mother to 3 beautiful children, and I breastfed all of them. So, I mean, when you breastfeed and you stop and then you have another baby, and then you breastfeed and you stop and then you have another baby and then you breastfeed, things go south, girl. Okay, they go south. So when I had known, or when I knew that I was not going to have kids anymore, I decided that I was going to have a boob job. Another thing of falling in love and pouring from your cup and fulfilling your own cup and filling you is one of those, you know. I always say to women, you don't have to feel ugly after having children. If you can fix it, fix it. We've got enough advanced technology. We've got good doctors out there who can help. So there's no way that you can that you feel damaged as a mom because you have stretch marks and saggy boobs. You can fix it, right? So I decided that, heck, I don't like my body. I don't like my boobs. Yes, my body has given me 3 amazing, beautiful kids, but the aftermath of having those kids, the stretch marks, saggy boobs, and I just was not happy with that. So I spoke to my husband about it, and you know, he was happy. You know, he was like, as long as you're happy, I'm happy. So I went to go and get a boob job because I wanted one. And guys, I'm telling you now, the confidence has gone from 0 to 1,000, just like that. So yeah, I made that decision because I was not happy. I went to a good doctor. It's very important that you do your research. I probably went to about 2 or 3 good doctors in Pretoria, and then I saw another 3 doctors in Johannesburg. And yeah, I finally chose one because the one that I chose was actually fixing other people's botched jobs. And I said to myself, well, if he can fix botched jobs, surely then he can create masterpieces. So that's how I chose him, and he was a sweet old man, not too old, but you know, he's quite matured and quite modest, and you know, he'll tell you, because I wanted to be like a blow up doll. I wanted to be big. I wanted double D's to be like hitting my chin, and he's like, no, first of all, slow your roll. You've got a very small frame, and if you get humongous boobs, you will look like a clown or like a porn star, and we don't want that. We want you to be natural, you know. So he gave me a big B, and yeah, I'm happy with them. You know, they're 2 years old and they still look perky. They still are very perky, and best decision ever, like my husband would say, money well spent. And those are all the questions. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys, and I will see you on the next episode of Life